Good morning and welcome to my kitchen. It's time for another episode of our barbecue series. We are out in the garden. I have got the Char-Broil barbecue hot, but today's episode is a little bit different in that we're going to do all about the dips. Okay, so we're going to make some dips, different ones. Baba ganoush, roasted red pepper. It's a beautiful Spanish dip. We've got whipped feta with garlic and honey, and the ultimate Sateki. It's going to be a good one. Okay, so we're going to make these beautiful dips. First thing we need to do is get our aubergines on for baba ganoush. I can't say baba ganoush properly. I always have to say it baba ganoush. So, aubergines. But what you've got to do is absolutely cook the life out of them. So, take a knife, stab them lots, okay?
What does that do?
Go like, it kills them. It lets the moisture out of the aubergine really quickly. And what we've got to do is like literally burn them on the grill. Overcook them. If you're not barbecuing and you want to do this at home in the kitchen, you just kind of just whack them on the hob. If you've got a gas hob, and just burn them and blister them. And that's how you get all the flavour. And then we're going to blend it all up with like garlic and parsley and lemon. It'll be lovely. So straight onto the grill. That's that one. And then we're going to make our Spanish red pepper dip, which is in our new book. Peter Sidwell's Kitchen, kind of volume 1, if you like. We've got these beautiful dips in there. So if you want to get the book, have a look down the side, take you to scan the QR code. It'll take you to our website. You can pre-order it if you like. Go to Amazon, go to your bookstore, get it there. Sweet bell peppers, okay? They just need to go straight on the grill. That's it. I'm just going to sort of get it all going a little bit because my barbecue's cooled off a little bit, which is what we want. But we want to just get some nice smoke and lots of flavour in there. So a little bit of oil in there, shut the lid. Okay? So while the peppers and the aubergines are cooking on the grill, I'm going to show you how to make the most delicious whipped feta. It's a simple dip, but it's delicious. And we're going to drizzle it with garlic and honey. Now, I'm not going to make this, I'm just going to tell you how to make it. Buy the cheapest honey you can in your supermarket. Buy 2 bulbs of garlic, peel every clove, put it in a saucepan with the honey and cook it gently on a low heat until your garlic cloves are soft. That is it. And it is amazing. It's absolutely delicious. There it is. Okay? Yeah, it's nice with everything. So, in with our feta. Now, a lot of people are loving this whipped feta at the moment because we whip it together with a little bit of ricotta. It kind of takes that sort of sour, salty edge that some people don't like on feta. So it makes it nice and creamy. So basically, I work on the principle of equal amounts of ricotta to feta cheese. And we're just going to pop that in there. So in it goes. And then whip it. That's it. Just whip the two together. And basically what you're trying to do is just amalgamate those 2 ingredients together so they're light, fluffy and creamy. Okay? Now remember, if you've got any questions at all about today's episode or any of our barbecue series, post them in the comments below. I will answer them as quickly and as efficiently as possible, okay? And please do sign up for our YouTube channel, Peter Sidwell's Kitchen. We're on YouTube. We've got a whole library. I think there's about 100 episodes on there that you can dive back into. We really want to build the channel on YouTube because we feel like it's there then and everyone can access it. Not everyone watches Facebook. Not everyone watches Instagram. Not everyone watches, you know, Twitter or X, whatever they call it. But YouTube, everyone can access. It's really easy. So please log on to YouTube, find Peter Sidwell's Kitchen and subscribe to our channel. Right. So that's it. That is whipped feta done. So I've got these beautiful new barbecue plates. Look at these amazing colours. Loving them. Loving them. Great for barbecues. They're actually, I don't know what they're made out of. They're like plasticky, melamine type. But they don't look it. They look like really high quality. But, you know, you can chuck them in a cool bag and for picnics, things like that. Perfect. So take your whipped feta, plonk it right in the middle. All of it. And then, now, my top tip for barbecues, get this sort of stuff done the day before. So give yourself a fighting chance of getting everything done and enjoying yourself. Don't be a slave to your barbecue. Okay, so get it done the day before. And then just serve it up when you're ready. So all I'm doing is using the back of my spoon and just spreading that out. Okay. Now it's time for the good stuff. Okay. So we like this, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
Honey and garlic. I mean, it just smells amazing. Just drizzle it all over. Do it last minute because you don't want it to kind of disappear, and then get some of those lovely, look at all that lovely garlic. Kerry, where are you? Oh, look at that. Those cloves, they confit and they kind of cook and they go, it's like garlic toffee. It's incredible. It really, really is. Take some nigella seeds and then just scatter those on. And you have got the most amazing dip. I'm actually going to add a little olive oil as well so you get silkiness. It just adds another textural layer. Textural layer. What do you think of that, Emily? No. There you go. That is dip number 1. Okay? That is whipped feta with honey and garlic. Boom. 1 down. 3 to go. Sateki. I have a bit of a reputation for this stuff because we do it right in our house. Okay, cucumber. Take half a cucumber, cut it down the middle, and then you're going to get rid of these seeds because they are like our enemy, these seeds. You do not want these at all. They will water it down and dilute your lovely flavoured tzatziki, okay? So just take a spoon and just scrape all the seeds out. Get rid of them. Okay? Okay, let's just pop that to one side. Now, grab your knife. All we're going to do is we're going to cut them into strips. A lot of people grate their cucumber into their tzatziki. I personally like to take the time to chop it into lots of little pieces because I think it's nicer. If you grate it, it just kind of disappears and you can't really tell what's going on in there. So bundle them all together and just chop them into little pieces, okay? And because we've got rid of the water, it means that, you know, when you make tzatziki and it, like the next day it's really watery, it doesn't do that like this because we've got rid of the water from the seeds. All you've got is that crunchiness that you get from cucumber.
How long does it last for in the fridge?
Well, I would say it won't last long in anybody's fridge because it is really, really good. But I mean, it'll easily last 3 or 4 days, but I'm pretty sure you would have eaten it by then because it is delicious. Really, really nice. It's a classic. Every barbecue should have a big bowl of tzatziki in the middle, in my opinion. I'm still working on trying to create a good dairy-free one from dairy-free yogurt. Yeah. I think coconut yogurt's probably going to be the best, but I haven't got there yet. I'm still working on it. I'm getting there. So, cucumber, dried mint, okay?
Right.
Dried. I spoke to a Greek person about this, and they said never use fresh. Always use dried mint for tzatziki. It's more intense. It's stronger. Okay? Never use mint sauce before you even think about it. You might laugh. I've seen people do it before.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And then we want garlic, but you only want a little bit of garlic. You just want, because it's going in raw, it's strong, okay? So just tap your clove, unwrap it, and we're probably going to use about half a clove of garlic. But you want to chop it fine, because otherwise you're going to end up with massive chunks of it. So that's about half.
No garlic powder.
No garlic powder, no lazy garlic, a little bit of salt on there. None of that rubbish. None of that muck. No. How difficult is it to have one of these? I'm just going to use the back of my knife to crush the garlic so that when it goes in with the yogurt, it just blends in. You don't end up with big chunks of garlic in there. So just use the back of your knife. I suppose you could use a garlic crusher if you wanted to. In it goes. Right. Little splash of red wine vinegar. Only a little bit. Like what? Half a teaspoon is enough. And then you want Greek style yogurt. Okay, so you want the nice, thick, rich yogurt for this. If it pours, it's not thick enough. It wants to lift out with a spoon. There we go. And then just stir it all together. Okay, a little bit of black pepper. And a swig of extra virgin olive oil. Gives it a nice silkiness and makes it delicious. Look at that. That is a thing of beauty. Beautiful fresh tzatziki. Warm pita bread. You're done. That's it. What more do you need? Okay. Right. That is dip number 2. Dip number 3 is going to be our baba ganoush. All right. So let's just lift carefully our aubergines. Okay. They don't look particularly appetizing, but they taste amazing once you start blending good ingredients. Now, we're outside, so we're going to go with the mobile food processor. So you can get these at Cook, Serve and Enjoy. They're really useful, because if you can't bother to get the whole thing out, you know, then these are perfect for it. So cut your aubergine in half and open it out. Okay? And then just nick the top off. There we go, get rid of that. And then you just want to, you just want to scrape the flesh from the skin. And that's why we don't worry about burning the skin of the aubergine, because we just get rid of it. But it protects the aubergine, the actual flesh in the middle. And we've stabbed it and we've got rid of a lot of the moisture. So now we've just got lovely flavour. We've smoky because we've burnt it. And it just works.
How long does this keep for?
A couple of 2 or 3 days probably in the fridge. Nice little, sort of little airtight container. But it's just, you know, baba ganoush is one of those things that it's as good as the spices that you put in it. You're creating a sort of medium to add spices and make it. It's a bit like hummus. You know, chickpeas and olive oil are only ever going to taste so good, but once you add fresh lemon and tahini and garlic and spices, that's when it tastes amazing. So use your knife and just scrape away. That's it.
Kind of like nice if you had like all 4 dips in the middle of the table.
Yeah. I mean, it's dairy free, it's vegan, you know, it's it's a safe one to put on the table that you know everyone can have. Because you and I are both from families that have dietary requirements. So like always trying to find something, that one thing that everyone can have is really tough.
Yes.
And for some people it's a thing, it's an issue, you know, whereas baba ganoush will do it. You know, you could add as much or as little chili as you like to it.
Yeah.
You can add, you know, garlic to it, you can add lemon to it, whatever you fancy. So I'm going to take a very small clove of garlic. Because it's going in raw, it's going to be strong. I've got some cumin. So ground cumin, because I know it'll just blend straight through. Okay. That can go in. I've got dried mint for flavour. Okay. And then I've got fresh parsley. A little bit of vinegar for acidity to get it to be balanced. And then extra virgin olive oil. Okay. So in goes that. If you want the recipe, scan the QR code or go to petersidwell.com and you can find all our recipes, or you can get our book, which has got loads of other recipes in as well. Okay, so flat leaf parsley. I'm just going to give it a chop just to give it a head start, really, for the food processor. Otherwise, we're going to be there all day. So in with that. Now, Carlos, could you just pick me a little bit of fresh mint from down there? A little bit of fragrant fresh mint. This is Moroccan mint that we've got growing in the garden. That's the one.
How many?
Just a good, yeah, 2 or 3 of them. Perfect. So you got a combination. You've got the intensity of dried mint, and then you've got the fresh, fragrant Moroccan mint. If you're going to grow mint in your garden, go Moroccan. It's so much stronger. It's lovely. It's fresh. It's beautiful. Full of flavour. There we go. So, I mean, you could add sun-dried tomatoes to this if you fancied. You know, you could add roasted peppers to it. You can kind of add what takes your fancy, really. So once the lid's on, we're old school. I'm just going to pull this. Beautiful. There we go. Look, there we go. We've got a beautiful, just blended texture. It's just incredible flavours. I'm just going to blend this 2 or 3 more times. There we go. Baba ganoush done. We didn't have to go back into the kitchen to blend it all up. We've stayed out. Love it. So just carefully remove that blade. Let's get some of our baba ganoush. Hey?
Get every last bit.
Absolutely. And then just sort of spread it out. Spread it out. Finish it with a little olive oil. Because you get like these little pools of olive oil and richness in it. When you dunk it with some bread, it'll be absolutely delish. I'm going to put a few nigella seeds on there because I'm kind of into them at the moment. Touch of pepper, and there we go. Baba ganoush. Okay, time for the final dip, the Spanish red pepper dip. What's it called, Carlos?
Mojo picon.
Mojo picon.
Mojo picon.
Mojo picon. Mojo picon. Mojo picon. Mojo picon. This is Peter Sidwell's Kitchen, Spanish Lesson 101. Right, bell peppers. They've just sat on the grill. I've done nothing to them. All I wanted them to do is just roast, okay, till they're nice and soft. Now, if you're not barbecuing, or for some, you happen to be in the southern hemisphere right now and it's cold, buy the jarred roasted red peppers, okay? Drain them off, bang, you're at the same point as I am. But if you're like me and you're outside and you're cooking on the barbecue, just grill them. Buy them in the markets and grill them. Okay, so we're going to use our little old school analog food processor, which I love. It's great. Let's get a little bit of garlic in there. Now, I was actually introduced this recipe by a lady from the Canary Islands.
That's where the mojo
Yep.
begun is from, yeah?
And I met her in like a food festival somewhere in London, I think it was. She had these little beautiful jars. I can't remember what saucy salsa her name was. Do you remember?
Yes. Oh wow.
And it was like a killer dip. It was so nice. And I have made it many times. So it is a salute to you, Miss Saucy Salsa. Okay, so garlic, cumin seeds, because I quite like the cumin seed texture that's in it. All right. And then we are going to take our peppers. So cut the top off and then just push the seeds away. Make sure you get rid of your seeds. I like to chuck everything in. I don't want to worry about the skins because they're all charred and lovely. So they're just going in as they are. I think there's more flavour in there, but that's up to you. So they're just still warm, which is fine. But leave them to cool a little bit. I'm loving the big chopping board. I can just spread out. It's great. It's going to be a real shame when I have to go back inside to cook. Real shame. Right, let's just wash my hands. Okay. Now, a little bit of salt in there. Get the seasoning right. Get some black pepper in there. And then I'm going to add, where's my paprika? Right in front of me. A little bit of smoked paprika. It's got to be the good Spanish stuff, all right? And that just gives it a really deep, smoky flavour. Now, sherry vinegar or red wine vinegar, okay? If you can't get sherry, use red wine. But sherry vinegar is the more authentic one to use. And then in with some olive oil. So you want about 2/3 more olive oil than vinegar. And then something a little different. Old breadcrumbs. Okay? So just a crust or whatever you've got. A couple of tablespoons of that. On with the lid. Yeah, totally. What the bread does is it binds the vinegar and the oil together and kind of makes it a little bit creamy. Do you remember the Tuscan bread soup that I did? It made it sort of like creamy tomato because of the bread. Bread, when it's soaked up and blended, it goes kind of creamy. You know you loved that recipe. You didn't want to love it, but you did, didn't you? So, let's just blend it up. Carlos is watching me very closely because it's a Spanish recipe. Right, let's have a little look. Oh, look how creamy it's gone. You wouldn't expect it to be that creamy, just from bread. And the longer you leave it, the creamier it gets. So let's just give it a few more blitzes. Right. Now, I've got a couple of flatbreads here. Let's get these on the grill. Warm them up. Flatbreads, dips, middle of the table. It's the perfect way to start a barbecue. Okay, so let's just grab a bowl. Okay. Come on. Come on, you little tinker. There we go. Right, in it goes. There is our beautiful dip. Now, if you want it to thicken up a little bit, add the rest of the breadcrumbs and stir them in. And that'll just mop up the moisture and bind it together, and it just it makes it one. Okay? So there we go. Right. Which one are you going for?
I think I had my barbecue nation ages.
Maybe not. Okay, right. So that is our
Mojo begun.
mojo picon. There we go. Carlos is going to get us fluent in Spanish if it kills us. Right, flatbreads. Just warm them up on your grill, okay, and then just chop them up. There we go. Let's pop those in there. Now, at the very beginning of the program, I promised you that I would share how you're going to win one of these barbecues, okay? So all you need to do is follow the instructions down the side, or like, share and comment on this video, and then jump over to Char-Broil UK and like their page, and that will enter you into a free competition to win one of these gas to coal barbecues. Now, having filmed a whole series using this barbecue, it's absolutely brilliant. Gives you the options of both gas and the convenience of gas, and then charcoal if you've got the time and you want that extra bit of flavour. It's a fabulous piece of kit. Make sure you enter the competition because I would love for you to win one of these. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next episode.